I'm following at the moment an Amazon van. Now, in Avonmouth, we got fucking loads of the bastards, right? And that is a 71 plate van. And I'm telling you now, it looks like it's done 3 tours of Iraq. And that is normal for Amazon vehicles. For some strange reason, every one of them can't work out that their van is actually taller than something they're trying to drive under. So every one of them has been beaten across just above the top of the windscreen, because they're so simple that anything above the windscreen doesn't exist in there at Psyche, and they're certainly incapable of reading any height signs, so that's good. So incidentally, if you ever go into an auction and you see a grey van with beatings all down it, right, you can be fairly sure it was an Amazon vehicle. But they're not satisfied with that. They seem to find the need to inject some sort of character into every other panel on the vehicle. I shit you not, every one of those within 1 or 2 years has had bumpers ripped off, lights smashed in, side doors ripped off, wing mirrors hacked off it, windscreens put through, the roof bent in varying different parts, not just the front part, in the middle. There isn't a single panel on the sides or the top or the back that doesn't get beaten in. And I'm leaving the floor out, and that's prejudice. And I doubt for 1 minute they'd have left that bit untouched, because why miss a box? Let's just hit everyone and get a bingo. But it's not just that. When you look at what's driving these vehicles, it all becomes a bit more explanatory, really, isn't it? It seems like Amazon were waiting literally down at Dover to embrace these doctors and architects that we're all getting, because that's what we are getting, by the way. And if you don't believe it, you're a bigot. However, it's almost as if they've got some sort of employment school down there. Ah, hello, in your shitty tracksuit and your brand new phone with your fashy hairdo and you're all the same flavour, come with me. I've got a job for you. And for those that won't claim PTSD, because most of those charming creatures who are coming over the sea have been actually instructed by the NGOs who are sponsored by the measurements. They literally have been instructed to claim they got PTSD, and so for the rest of the time in this great country they can get it on the free. But there are some of them that obviously forgot about that little gem, or maybe for some strange reason thought that it would be a good idea to go to work, or as some of them do, are actually claiming PTSD stuff, but they've managed to get some ID from one of their special friends and are working at the same time. How entrepreneurial of them, indeed. But yeah, these things, obviously reading and writing doesn't seem to be such a problem. And I know this because I've had packages delivered that have number 10 on them, and that seemed to be enough, by the way. The fact that it was 2 roads away didn't really matter. It is one of those things. And then obviously they say they've been to your address, but they've never been actually anywhere near it. Or when you get it, whatever you've just picked up is in many pieces. Yes, they've turned it back to its original component parts without asking, obviously. Maybe this is part of the pleasure and the charm of cultural enrichment, but when you order up something, you get to get the pleasure of putting it back together. All right, it won't look like when you ordered it, but hey, if you complain, you're a bigot. But I'm seriously worrying, because if these people and their driving skills, which, to be honest, I use skills, I shouldn't have even said that word, their direction of that vehicle, they don't care. I mean, let's be honest, you know when it says no U-turn, that doesn't mean to them, by the way, that's just to you. When it says 40 mile an hour, that's an advisory, if they can understand it, which I dare say they can't. I mean, I'm actually starting to get suspicious about whether these things have actually even passed the test. The reason I say this is because I found a site, thanks to Woman on a Mission. She has a YouTube channel, by the way. She's a lorry driver. Hello, Woman on a Mission. She sent me this and said, this ain't even funny. And I thought, I wonder what it is. And it's basically somebody who's saying, if you need a license, or if you need to resit your CPC, or if you need any of these extra skills, give us a shout and we'll get it sorted for you. Basically, if you can't read the language, we'll get you a license. And I wonder how many of these darlings are coming over here and saying, Fablon, I'll have some of that. Cheers, thanks very much. Here's some money that gorgeous NGO gave me to help me on my way. That'll buy me a license, just the job. And then I could be on my way in one of those lovely, lovely grey vans where if I hit it, nobody will ever notice because it's already beaten to fuck. I mean, seriously, I've seen some vehicles come off a banger track looking in better condition than this, and it's quite an embarrassment to obviously Amazon. Mind you, I suppose you get what you pay for, and if you wish for the stars, you get that too. Because this is a man that's based his entire profits on milking the prostate of the poor for every cent he could. Part of the reason why you get what you get so cheap is that he screwed everybody to the floor. People who deliver to him, people who deliver for him, and everything else in between and around the block. No, he couldn't get honest British people to work for the slave labour that he wants. So, like all NGOs and all globalists and every other shower shit that pretends they're out for the interest of the immigrant, what they're actually doing is fucking robbing the cunts. Because they wouldn't be interested in any of these immigrants if they had to pay them the same rate as they used to, I should say, have to pay us. But since they've come in and diluted the market, anybody that's got an ounce of working sense in them either now takes the same wages that these mere peasants were willing to work for, or doesn't work. That is the beauty of globalism, in case you didn't know. But I'm sure that all of you have worked that one out for yourself a long time ago. Bigot. Do you know what? It just cracks me up. It really does, because when you work out when they're shitting on you, they just use fancy terms to say shut up or we'll call your names, and it's like, what, and that bothers us? Fuck on. But there you go. And there it is. And I mean, some of these people have branched out into Arctics. If you see one parked on soft ground and sunk, well, there's a chance it could be one of those. If you see one doing a really dangerous manoeuvre, could be that too. And I mean, they're not exactly averse from watching YouTube and having a wank, by the way. You say this thinking that I'm talking shit. I have actually been past some of our lorry drivers who, part of their name is Ski, or something like that. And I mean, it's hard to see through the windscreen, because I mean, this windscreen is fuck all there, right? Apart from windscreen. But they have all these toll signs, and they have all these curtains which are about halfway down, and they've got all these other little tabs and shit and fairy lights, and basically got that much windscreen to look through. And in between that is a laptop on the centre of the dash, watching porn and then throbbing one out. And you think I'm joking? I'm not. And I've seen that more than once. Cheers, sir. I thank you very much. You're very kind. Nice gentleman let me through there. And it's a bit like the morning checks. Now I have to witness this on a daily basis. Cold vehicle. Get in, turn ignition, a red line almost straight away to get the air up and gone. That's it. Don't check the oil, don't check the water, don't check the tyres, don't check the wheel nuts, fuck the lights. It doesn't matter how many marker lights you've got out, you know where you're going, so it really doesn't matter. And then, for the rest of the driving experience, spend their entire time watching YouTube in the centre of the dash. Already got nicked for it, by the way, so it doesn't matter. But even when on a building site, when you've got everything coming at you, they're still watching the phone. Now you might say, well, Simon, you're recording a video. Yes, I am. But I have to be parked up and stopped to start it, and the same when I stop it, which is the beauty of editing. And occasionally I will look over at you, like you would do at, say, for instance, the rear view mirror. So it is what it is. There is a difference. But these people, the other thing with that, you can tell them you got a stone in the rear wheel, right, trapped between the two tyres. Because when you go on a site, I mean, where we've just been now is a truck wrecker. I'm really surprised it's still going. It's that deep in mud, and the truck's pitching over and bogging down, and these things will go anywhere almost, but this thing nearly ground to a halt just a minute ago, and I was like, fuck me, that's bad. This site, last year, had a brand new fucking Scania go into it and blew the gearbox clean out of it, right, because it was so stuck and listing. And it had a Volvo that kept going until he blew the bottom of the engine out. So we are talking bad. But this lot, they'll go on there, and you say there is a stone between your tyres. So obviously, if you go fast enough, that will flick out. I don't give a fuck. It's not going to flick out in their car. It's going to flick out in an English person's car, and who gives a shit? So drive on. And that's exactly what they did. So when we got to the next destination, the stone would come out, and you can only imagine how that had flicked into somebody's windscreen and smashed the cunt. And that's what we're dealing with. But that's all over. These people are all about robbing this country of as much money as possible, all right? They've been told that you get free stuff over here, and if you're one of them, you do. Clearly, if you're one of us, unless you play the medical card, which many do, you get fuck all. Last time I tried to claim something when I was out of work, because I've been thrown out of work because of this video and stuff, I couldn't get fuck all. Why? I'm white. Now there's a load of lefties that say that's bullshit, and I couldn't give a fuck what they say, to be honest. Their point is just, they're so twisted and fucked up in their own irrelevance, whatever. But that was the way it was. But it was a good thing, really, because if I had have got benefits of any description, they may well have slowed me down for looking for a job, but it didn't. And not working is bad for my health, in so much as if you're not active, it's not good. But there you go. Now, back to our foreigners. If you wonder why there are more accidents on the road, if you wonder why the roads have become more dangerous, if you wonder why there's less courtesy on the road, less road manners, there is a lot of it that can be put down to foreign drivers, and a lot of it put down to us. But when you go to places like Bulgaria, Romania, and different parts of those countries, and you go to Russia and places like that, there is fuck all courtesy. They're monsters. It's every man for itself. So much so that when you look at these crash videos, they don't let off. It's almost as if they can't lose. It's like a game of chicken. And some of the accidents that they have, which are fatal, could have been so easily avoided if they'd have just given way. But they can't do it. It's almost like giving way would be the end of the world to them. And why do they all look the fucking same as well? They all come here looking like they're ready to do a fucking post office. They got some hoodie top on, some drain pipe fucking trackies on that make them look like some fucking, I don't know, 80s or 90s fucking throwback. I mean, their style is fucking shit. And they all look the fucking same. And half of them got turkey teeth on the cunts. It's amazing. It really is. And it's like, you think you look good, don't you? Never mind. Anyway, there it is. So, do you know what? When you do YouTube also, you pick up some haters. And I can't tell you how much time and effort they put in to chopping up video clips and all this different stuff to try and get the right out of you. What they don't realise is they're a source of entertainment for me. They seriously are. I wouldn't get offended because I can't take it personally because I don't know them. Secondly, it's one of those things that you realise that you're in their head the whole time and you're actually upsetting them because they're letting themselves be upset. But I do use it as a source of entertainment in the morning because there's, I don't know, there's about 10 or more of them, right? Some are more dedicated than others. And we go around in the morning, we go, any more? And like, yeah, this one said this and this one said that, and we have a laugh. And we're like, and the better the insult, or the worse the picture they've got of you, I have to go fair play. And they are a true source of entertainment. And you know that they have to watch every video. So I know you're watching now. So hi. But it is, I mean, there are other people that they take the piss out of that it gets them. And I don't get it. I never have. But this is probably why I don't get many people come after me, because I do find it literally hysterical. So if you ever see anybody, right, that's having a go or whatever, enjoy it. I do. But for fuck's sake, don't play into it, for God's sakes. But give it a like. I don't know. You should just play along. I did. If I see some really good trolling, I'll give it a like. Because it is funny. I just thought I'd say that. So, if you are a troll, by the way, keep going. Honestly, please. I love it. I do. And some of your trolling is more crafty than others. Like, you know, we've got more skill to it. And you have to like that. And I appreciate the time and the effort that you're doing, or you're going through to do this. So hats off to you, and thank you. Because honestly, you do give us some fucking enjoyment, you really do. You brighten up an otherwise dull day. Anyway, I'm not going to carry on about my day, but there it is. Anyway, everybody, see. Oh, by the way, yes, should not forget, like and share and subscribe to this one, please, because we're getting there. We're nearly there. Secondly, tomorrow night, Big Dave's live, or Big Dave Green. It is a bit of time off for us. I've said this in the other videos and I'll say it now. Literally, it's some time for us to forget about the bullshit, right, and just have some fun. We're not having enough fun. I don't know if you've noticed this. I have. There's much more fun we could be having, and things are drab, and things are on top, and things are like depressing and oppressive, and whatever. So it's an hour or two. I really don't know how long the fucking this stream will go on for, and we may have guests. I mean, hopefully we'll have the potato on. Maybe we'll get the porn star on again, and a few others. So, but it is literally all about the bands, all about having the crack, all about not taking it too seriously. And if there's anybody in the comments insulting and causing shit, enjoy it. Seriously, that's what it's about. Just enjoy it, right? And it's all about, I don't know, the Wild West. Now, we do have to stay within the terms of service, but fuck me, we'll get close. All right? And we'll change the names for stuff and all sorts of things. So obviously the left will be going, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? But they'll be worrying the whole time. And I might have meant nothing. So that'll keep them going. But anyway, Big Dave Green. Subscribe to the channel, right? The link will be in the description. And otherwise just type in Big Dave Green. You can't fucking miss it. He's on Twitter, he's on Facebook, right? He's on YouTube. That plant's getting more attention at the moment than I am. Fucking thing. And my mates are mocking me, said, you know, you'll probably make it big before you do. And I'm like, cheers then. My plant beat me. There it is. So subscribe to the obnoxious, horrible foul mouth plant for a bit of abuse and the like. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with my work. It's quite nice out, a bit of sun. Enjoy, and I'll see you in a bit.